السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
How are you, Muaz?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته واهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة ضلالة. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. اللهم سهل لنا بلوغ المرام واجعل سعينا في سبيلك مقبولا وإسرافنا في أمرنا مغفورا. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the annual Ramadan fundraiser under very unique conditions. And it has always been the tradition at ISCV to begin gatherings like this one with recitation of the Quran. So I'd like to introduce our esteemed brother and friend, Mu'adh bin Amr, to recite for us some ayat from Kitabullahi Ta'ala.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Jazakallah khair, Imam Abdul Ilah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤت الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا وما يذكر إلا أولو الألباب. وما أنفقتم من نفقة أو نذرتم من نذر فإن الله يعلمه وما للظالمين من أنصار. إن تبدوا الصدقات فنعما هي وإن تخفوها وتؤتوها الفقراء فهو خير لكم ويكفر عنكم من سيئاتكم والله بما تعملون خبير. ليس عليك هداهم ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء وما تنفقوا من خير فلأنفسكم وما تنفقون إلا ابتغاء وجه الله وما تنفقوا من خير يوفى إليكم وأنتم لا تظلمون. صدق الله.
Ramadan Mubarak and welcome everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We hope you're having a blessed Ramadan and taking full advantage of the opportunities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is providing despite the challenging circumstances and new world we're currently living in. We're excited about this chance to engage you with the annual Ramadan fundraiser, even if it is virtual. And we sincerely thank each of you for logging in this evening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the best in this world and the next. Ameen. Of course, we are deeply disappointed to not be breaking fast in person with all of you in about 2 hours. We are even more disappointed to not be meeting each of you regularly every night at the masjid and collectively making ruku and sujood during Taraweeh. But despite these disappointments and ongoing varying struggles for everyone in the community as a result of COVID, we come to you tonight asking for your continued dedication to support ISCV as an Islamic house of worship. We remain steadfast in our belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed this community immensely for us to have a masjid with many opportunities to engage in worship, develop community, and make dawah. As you know, the ISCV is a masjid that offers all of essentials, Islamic essentials for us to practice our faith, including Friday prayers, 5 daily prayers, Taraweeh prayers in Ramadan. Our Imam routinely holds 2 halaqas a week. And by the way, he's discussing the life of the Prophet ﷺ every night in Ramadan at 7:30 on Facebook. And we encourage you to tune in. if you haven't been. But ISCV is more than the masjid. There is an Arabic and Tahfidh program and a Sunday school with a sizable enrollment. It is a place we regularly break fast together in Ramadan or gather for community potlucks. We annually hold an open house for the community that has continuously been well attended. And there are numerous other formal and informal gatherings. For me, much of the last couple of months has been a clear reminder of what we have had at our disposal and perhaps how much I and probably others have taken it all for granted. Tonight and the coming weeks are very important financially for ISCV, as Brother Ali will discuss more momentarily. Before turning the floor over to him, I want to quickly address a few logistics for this virtual fundraiser. Some of you are likely familiar with the Zoom format. To reduce background noise and potential disruption, all interactions will be conducted through either the chat function or the question and answer function, the Q&A function. You will see both of those options along the bottom of your screen. If you click on either, you have the ability to type and send a message. There are differences between them, however. If you type and send a message in the Q&A, your message will go directly to a board member only, and your communication will be private between you and the board member. If you type and send a message using the chat function, your message is set to send to everyone. We encourage you to use the chat function primarily, especially during the fundraising, as a way to encourage others to give. However, we understand that some of you might want to keep your pledge private and will use the Q&A function instead. Either way, welcome, Jazakallah khair for coming. And with this background information out of the way, I will now turn it over to Brother Ali to review the masjid financials.
Assalamu alaikum all. I hope everyone is doing well amid this coronavirus situation, and Ramadan Kareem to everyone. So my aim here is to help you understand more about ISCV Financials and how we are doing on a monthly basis and on an annual basis, and also understand how coronavirus will have impact on our masjid. So first of all, with the coronavirus situation, we lost our cash and check donations and swiper donations. And some expenses will be a bit lower, but overall, our monthly expenses is around 11K. And on the income side, as you can see, most of our income is coming from the ACH donations, which mean the pledges that were made last year, and there are monthly credits to our banks from all of the pledges. The problem here is that most of that ACH donations as pledges will be fading away in the next 12 months. So with that, if you look at the annualized income and expenses, we'll have roughly 54K of total income with 130K of total expenses. That's a huge gap. So if you move to the next page, please. So the total gap, if nothing changes, will be 75K. So that's a big gap. And right now we have 70K in the bank. If nothing changes, we will almost be zero. So our request from you is to help us. We need at least $70,000 at least to keep it going.
Thank you, Ali. A few minutes ago, I talked about how to communicate directly with the board with the Q&A function, or broadly with the chat function. We want those communications tonight to help us get a good estimate of the amount of funds being raised. That is important for us tonight, in the moment, and in coming days as we reflect. But those important pledges are only pledges. So how can you actually make the payments this year given the virtual fundraiser? There are a number of options. You can type the tiny URL that you see directly into your web browser. At the top of the screen, you see in the slide, visit tinyurl.com/ISCV-2020. And that will take you to our virtual fundraiser page where you can donate online through PayPal or complete the online donation form to authorize ISCV to withdraw monthly from your bank account. Saad and Fahad have also placed links in the chat box and will continue to do so periodically tonight, so you can click the links directly. If you're not comfortable making payments online, we will open the doors to the lobby of the masjid tomorrow from 1 to 4 o'clock so that you can make payments in person. Please communicate this to people throughout the community you know who are not able to attend tonight and who might not be aware. We want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to donate during Ramadan, as well as to pay their Zakat al-Fitr. Zakat al-Fitr is set at least $7 per person per household. This is lower than recent years because of what is going on around us, and we encourage you to pay more than $7 per person if you are able. I think all of the front matter to the fundraiser is now out of the way. We look forward to seeing everyone at the masjid again soon, inshallah. And we now turn it over to Imam Abdullah to offer spiritual guidance and encouragement for the remainder of our virtual time together this evening.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I'd like to begin first and foremost by thanking all of you who are attending with us tonight. I know that you don't have to be here. You are here because you want to be here. And that to me, and more importantly to our Lord, is a testament to your faith and your genuine concern for the welfare of our masjid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, إِنَّمَا يَعْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. It is only those who really believe in Allah and the last day, who take care, who look after, who are concerned about the welfare of the masajid. Those people who do that, they're the ones who truly believe in Allah and the last day. So this is a true testament to your belief in Allah on the last day that you are here tonight. When you could be doing so many other things, you have made time to be here with the intention of contributing to the upkeep of our masjid. I don't have to tell you the circumstances, but I will briefly remind you and remind myself of the circumstances under which we are giving this virtual fundraiser. As you know, mosques in the US financially rely very heavily on weekly donations. The donations of those people who come, for example, for Salat al-Jum'ah, and upon leaving, they'll deposit something in the sadaqah box, or they'll swipe their card and donate via the kiosk. Well, those donations are not coming in anymore. ISCV, unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 outbreak, has not been able to hold Salat al-Jum'ah since mid-March. Almost 2 months where those contributions have not come. And as a result, the finances have been affected, as you've heard. This is what makes this particular annual fundraiser extremely important, because there's a lot at stake. As was mentioned, the target tonight is $70,000. This is what we need to raise. If we can raise more, that would be great, because $70,000 will cover the operational expenses of the mosque. But what if there are incidentals? What if there are unexpected, unanticipated circumstances, unforeseen circumstances? So the more we raise tonight, the better position we will be in to be in a good place for the coming year. The question comes, how can I help? How can I contribute? You can contribute tonight in 3 ways, tonight and beyond. The first and most obvious way is to donate, and we'll get to that. The second way is to inform and encourage others. There are some of us who are able to make it tonight, and some people may not have been able to make it. Some people heard about this, and some people may not have heard about it. So I'm hoping that everyone who hears my voice and is watching us will make it a point to be a messenger, to convey the message to those who are absent, to encourage them to give what they can to help the mosque and to make sure that the mosque is maintained for at least another year. The third thing is pray. Make dua. Because at the end of the day, nothing will happen except by Allah's will. And this is the blessed month of Ramadan in which prayers are more likely to be answered. So let us make it a point, all of us, to pray to Allah for our masjid and for our community. I want to begin by talking a little bit about Uthman ibn Affan. Who is Uthman ibn Affan? He is one of the greatest human beings and one of the greatest members of our ummah without question. In fact, few would question that he is, after our Prophet, Abu Bakr and Umar, the greatest member of this ummah. But why? What made him so great, so important, such a gold standard of human behavior and character and faith? There are many reasons that made him so virtuous, but one of them, without question, is the fact that he always, no matter what the circumstances, came forward and supported the cause of Islam in the times of need. Whenever there was a need, a general need for the community, the first one to answer the bell, to answer the call, was Uthman ibn Affan. And that is certainly one of the virtues that has made him one of the greatest heroes of Islam. I'll give you some examples. When the Prophet ﷺ, he first came to Al-Madinah, there was one well that the people could go to in the community to get water. And that well was owned by a man from the tribe of Ghifar. And he used to charge one mud, one handful of grain or non-perishable food for a single water skin. At that time, that was very expensive. The people were poor, most of them. And so that was very costly, and they needed water to cook with, water to bathe with, water to do so many things with. And the only well within their proximity was this well owned by this man. The Prophet ﷺ, seeing the communal need for water, he came to the people, he called the people together, and they said, who will purchase this well and make his dello, make his bucket like every other bucket, meaning that the well will not belong to him. If he wants to get water, he'll have to wait in line just like everyone else. He will make it a communal well. Who will do this? Who will buy this well? And Uthman, he went and he bought the well and gave it for the sake of Allah for the community. Abu Bakr didn't do it. Umar didn't do it. Uthman did it. Another example. Another example is that when the Prophet ﷺ first came to Medina, there was another problem. Of course, he built the mosque. He bought the land, he built the mosque. But after a short time, with the massive expansion of Islam in a short period of time, there just wasn't enough room. The mosque was bursting with people. And so the Prophet ﷺ, next to the masjid, in the direction that the Prophet wanted to expand, there was a mirbat. It was a piece of land owned by a clan from Al-Madinah, where they had like a stable where they would keep camels and horses and other livestock. And the Prophet, he knew he needed that land to expand the mosque. So again, he called the people together. He said, who will buy this land so the mosque could be expanded? Did Abu Bakr buy it? Did Umar buy it? No, it was Uthman ibn Affan. Uthman ibn Affan bought that land so that masjid could be expanded. Another example, equipping Jaysh al-Usra, the army of the distress expedition. Rasulullah ﷺ, he wanted to send an expedition to Tabuk. but he didn't have the funds. And this happened in a period where many people were experiencing hardship and a shortage of wealth. But there were a few very wealthy people in the community. And the Prophet ﷺ, he called upon the people once again. He said, who will help? Who will equip Jaysh al-Usra? Who will equip this Jaysh? Was it Abu Bakr? Was it Uthman? Was it Abdurrahman ibn Auf? It was Uthman ibn Affan. He came to the Prophet ﷺ with 1,000 dinars in his sleeve. Came to the Prophet and dropped it in his lap. And the Prophet was just taken aback. Why? Because that was enough wealth to equip 1/3 of the army. To get them camels, to get them horses, to get bridles, to get ropes, to get swords and weaponry. Everything that those soldiers needed, Uthman had given him enough for 1/3 of the army to be well equipped. Umar didn't do it, Abu Bakr didn't do it, the other Sahaba didn't do it. Uthman ibn Affan did it to the point that the Prophet said about him. He said, "Ma darra Uthman, ma amila ba'd al-yawm." He said, nothing will harm Uthman after what he's done today. In the previous instances, the Prophet said, who will buy the bi'r? وَلَهُ خَيْرٌ مِنْهُ فِي الْجَنَّةِ. Who will buy the well and he will get better than it in paradise? Who will buy this piece of land and he'll have better for it in paradise? But this time he told Uthman, he told him, nothing will harm you after this. You've given so much, nothing will harm you after this. Brothers and sisters, remember, the sunnah of Allah doesn't change. وَلَن تَجِدَ لِسُنَّةِ اللَّهِ تَبْدِيلًا وَلَن تَجِدَ لِسُنَّةِ اللَّهِ تَحْوِيلًا. You will not find any changing in the sunnah of Allah. You're not finding any altering in Allah's way, his way of dealing. What that means, brothers and sisters, is if we do what Uthman did, we do like he did, we can expect a reward like what he got. We can expect that whatever we give will get its like or better than it in paradise. We can expect that if we give sincerely, given the circumstances, if we give tonight, given the circumstances, that nothing will harm us after today, inshallah ta'ala. Allah will look favorably at what we've done and make us like Uthman in the sense that after this, nothing will harm us. Allah will protect us from doing anything that will cause him to be angry with us. So my question to you, brothers and sisters, is who will be our Uthman tonight? Who will be our Uthman? I need one brother or one sister or one couple that will be an Uthman and will give the masjid will donate $10,000 to the masjid. Is there anyone who is willing to give $10,000 to the masjid and hardship that we are in, the masjid is in and facing in the coming year, and be that Uthman and equip our jaysh, buy our well, buy the land so we can expand the masjid? Is there anyone who will do that? Is there anyone who will give $10,000 fi sabilillah? $10,000 and you will have better than it in paradise. $10,000 in inshallah, bi'idhnillah al-wahid, bi'idhnillah al-wahid al-ahad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look at you favorably and protect you from harm after this day. Is there anyone who will do that? Is there anyone who will be our Uthman? Allahumma salli wa sallam wa barak ala Muhammad. Is there any brother or sister who will be our Uthman and donate $7,000 fi sabilillah? $7,000 fi sabilillah. Remember, brothers and sisters, we're asking tonight for pledges. We're asking for your verbal commitment. You don't have to pay the full amount now. Think about it. $7,000, that's $700 or less per month for the next year. Who can make this pledge? Who can be an Uthman ibn Affan? Who can do that? Who is willing to do that? Remember, you can, in the question and answer tab, you can donate anonymously. And in the chat box, you can donate publicly. And there's nothing wrong whatsoever with donating publicly. In fact, if you donate publicly, you may encourage others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, in tubdu sadaqati fani'im, display, you disclose your sadaqah. How fine is that? Why is it fine? Why is it good? Because other people will see it and be encouraged. You'll encourage others. And so you'll get two rewards. You'll get the reward for giving, and you'll get the reward for encouraging others to give as well. Who will be an Uthman ibn Affan? Who will donate $10,000 fi sabilillah, 7,000 fi sabilillah, and set the tone for others, set the precedent, be the person alladhi sanna fil islami sunnatan hasana, the one who established a good sunnah. So whoever follows after them and does the same thing, they will get their reward and their own reward without the reward of either one of them being decreased. Who will be that Uthman ibn Affan? A brother or a sister, a family that's willing to give 10,000 or 7,000, I should say, 7,000 fi sabilillah. 7,000 fi sabilillah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward those who have given. Alhamdulillah, at this point we've raised $6,050. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless those people who have given and to replace what they have given with better than it, and to give them better than what they have given in paradise. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive them, to raise their rank, to reward them immensely for what they have done, to make it heavy in their scales on the day of judgment. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We ask them to bless their houses, to bless their spouses, to bless their life, to grant them forgiveness, to grant them Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Who will be an Uthman ibn Affan? I am looking for a brother or a sister or a family that will donate $5,000 fi sabilillah. $5,000 to help the masjid reach its goal of $70,000. $5,000, which will be a major chunk of what we need to raise this evening and put us that much closer to achieving our objective and being in the clear for the coming year. Who will help? Who will be an Uthman? Who will set the tone? Who, through their giving, will encourage others to give? Brothers and sisters, please, if you can help, please, we need one brother, Mr. who will be an Uthman ibn Affan, who will give $5,000 and help the masjid. Brothers and sisters, whatever you give is what you have actually kept, and only what you keep is what you have lost. Whatever you give as a loan to Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take that with his right hand, subhanahu, and he will grow it and nurture it such that it will be far greater in value and merit and weight when you meet Allah, to the point that you'll be amazed. Where has this charity come from? I didn't give this charity in the world. It came from Allah's multiplying it, nurturing it, and building it and make it more and more. And so in reality, what you give, you actually haven't given, you haven't lost anything. But what you keep for yourself, this is what you've lost, because it will have no value tremendously, far more than its value in this world. Who will be our Uthman? Who will give 5,000 fi sabilillah? Who will give 5,000 fi sabilillah? Is there a brother? Is there a sister? Is there a couple that will give $5,000 fi sabilillah? Brothers and sisters, know that whatever you give, it will not decrease your wealth. As we said before, it will not decrease your wealth. This is a time where there is fear, there is uncertainty, and most of that fear, that whisper, that concern is coming from a shaitan. Ash-shaytan yu'idukum al-faqra wa ya'murukum bil-fahsha. Wallahu yu'idukum maghfiratan minhu wa fadla. Wallahu wasi'un alim. Allah, the shaitan is the one who things, while Allah is the one who promises you his forgiveness and his bounty. Promises you to give you more than what you gave. And Allah is wasi', limitless in terms of his bounty, alim, aware, knowing, all-knowing of what you give and what you withhold. So do we have an Uthman? Do we have an Uthman who can give us 5K? Remember, you don't have to pay it all at once. It's a pledge. It's a commitment that you make, and you can pay it over time. $5,000 is $500 a month for 10 months. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward the family of Ali Khan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward the family of Ali Khan, which has agreed to give $5,000. Oh Allah, bless them. Oh Allah, reward them. Oh Allah, forgive their sins. Oh Allah, liberate them. Oh Allah, make them min utaqa'ika, utaqa'i Ramadan. Oh Allah, make them bless them in this month. Multiply the reward for the charity they've given this month. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make them happy, make them blessed, make them pleased, make them from those who will not see any harm, will not be harmed after this day. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Do we have another Uthman? Do we have another brother or sister, Uthman, couple, that will give $5,000, that will join Brother Ali Khan and his family? Do we have another brother who will join Brother Ali Khan, a brother or sister that will join Ali Khan from those who are from the Uthmans, those who have a special status with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because they come to the aid of the community. They respond to the community's need in the times of severe need. Do we have anyone like that? Do we have another one, another brother or sister that will give $5,000 fi sabilillah? $5,000 fi sabilillah. $5,000. It's 10 months, $500 a month. Is there anyone is there any brother or sister who would like to join Brother Ali and his family? Brothers and sisters, how about 2,500? Do we have an Uthman from the brothers, an Uthman from the sisters, or a couple that will give $2,500 fi sabilillah? $2,500 fi sabilillah, that's $250 a month for 10 months. Do we have an individual, a family, a couple that is willing to be an Uthman and give $2,500 a month? Again, the shaitan tells you you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put barakah. He will bless your rizq and your wealth because of your generosity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not leave you in the lurch after you have been so generous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will replace it. We have to believe that. If we take the leap of faith, then we will see the power of Allah. We'll see the ability of Allah. We'll see the mercy and the generosity of Allah. We have to take the leap of faith. We have to take a step. If we take one step toward Allah, Allah will take 2 steps towards us. If we come to Allah walking, He'll come to us running. But we have to do something. We have to initiate. We have to initiate. Who will initiate? $2,500 fi sabilillah. I need an Uthman. I need an Uthman. An Uthman who will get better than what they give in Jannah. An Uthman who no harm will come to them after this day if they give under these circumstances. Who will be that Uthman ibn Affan and give $2,500? Who will do that? Who will do that, brothers and sisters? Again, ash-shaytanu ya'idukum al-faqra wa ya'murukum bil-fahsha. It's the devil telling you can't do it. It's the devil telling you that you can't afford it. He's the one telling you if you do it, you're going to be poor. He's the one threatening you with poverty. Wallahu ya'idukum maghfiratan minhu wa fadla. But Allah is promising you forgiveness and bounty beyond your wildest dreams. Bounty beyond your wildest dreams if you give. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Brother Tanweer and his wife and his family have given $5,000. They have joined the group of Uthmans in the community who give generously in spite of the circumstances because of the desperate need of the community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his house, bless his spouse, bless his children, bless their wealth, bless their health. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la, Ya Rabbal Alameen. And now we have an anonymous community member who has also agreed to give $2,500. Another Uthman ibn Affan, $2,500, but asked to be anonymous. And being anonymous is also good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "In tubdu sadaqati fa ni'mahi." If you give your sadaqah openly, fa ni'mahi, it's a good thing. You're encouraging people. وَإِن تُخْفُوهَا وَتُؤْتُوهَا الْفُقَرَاءَ فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. But it's also good if you hide it and give it to those who need it anonymously. And so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward this anonymous member of our community who has donated $2,500. Fi sabilillah. Oh, Allah bless his house or her house, and her spouse or his spouse. Bless their children, bless their wealth, bless their health. Oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, multiply their reward in Ramadan and make their charity 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times more rewarding and valuable and weighty on the scales on the Day of Judgment, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Allahu Akbar. We have another member, $5,000, another Uthman ibn Affan. Another one of those who answered the bell when the community needed them. And the community desperately needs you. And they're answering the call. Another community member, Allahu Akbar, another community member. The family of Kobe, of Sister Zakia and Brother Kobe, $2,500, Allahu Akbar. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of them. We have the anonymous member for 5,000 and the family of Kobe and Zakia. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless their houses, to bless their spouses, to bless their children, to bless their wealth, to bless their health. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless their households, to bless their lives, to bless their rizq, their income. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this deed that they have done sincerely liwajhi, sincerely for his face, heavy on their scales on the Day of Judgment, to make it a deed that because of it and because of the circumstances, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not cause any harm to come to them after this day. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Our total, brothers and sisters, at this stage is 22,250. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we still have a good ways to go. And so I'm asking if there are any more Uthman ibn Affans out there. Are there any more Uthmans? Any more people who they see the circumstances and they have the wealth, they can do this. It may require some sacrifice, but they can do it. If you're out there, please answer the call. Please respond. Please let us know that you're willing to donate 5,000, 2,500. Who will do that for us? Who will be that Uthman ibn Affan and join the other Uthman ibn Affans that have come forward tonight and help the masjid out tremendously? Push the masjid closer and closer to its goal. Who will do that? We all feel that void of the masjid being gone in our lives, especially in this month. It's as if this has happened to us to let us taste what it's like not to have the masjid. So we'll appreciate it more. But now we have a chance to maintain the masjid even though we're not able to attend the masjid, to make sure that when this is all over, the masjid will still be there. This is our chance. Who will answer that call? Who will buy Bi'ruma? Who will buy the land next to the masjid so the masjid can be expanded? Who will be the one who will outfit, who will equip our Jaysh al-Usra, our army in distress? Who will do that? Who will be an Uthman and give $5,000 or $2,500? Any brother, any sister, any couple. And we especially encourage the sisters. The sisters should not be left behind on this. We ask the sisters to join in and compete. This is a night of competition. وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. And in this, should those who compete. Let us compete, brothers and sisters. Compete for the ujur, compete for the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, we talked about this shining example of Uthman ibn Affan. The shining example of a wealthy person who every time the community needed him, he answered the call. And we certainly have a number of people like that in our community. We certainly have that. We've seen it. We've seen some of them donate anonymously and some of them come forward with their names. So we know who they are and we know how generous they are and the sacrifices they're willing to make for the masjid. But not everyone is blessed with large amounts of wealth. And some of those people who don't have large amounts of wealth may be thinking to themselves, well, what's in it for me? Can I contribute? Is there something that I can do? Certainly you can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ. He says, and hasten to the forgiveness of your Lord and a paradise whose width is that of the heavens and the earth combined. Prepared, waiting for the righteous, waiting for them. Who are these righteous people? Describe them. Sifhum lana ya Allah. Oh Allah, describe them to us so we can be from them. Those who spend in the way of Allah in times of both prosperity and adversity. What does that mean, prosperity and adversity? It means when they have lots of money, when they're wealthy, they give more because they're able to give more. And he who has been given much is expected. From him, much is expected. And those who have adversity, they also spend, meaning what? They spend what they can. They spend in accordance with their means. That they don't let the fact that the situation is not ideal prevent them from giving. We talked about this, brothers and sisters. Don't let the shaitan discourage you from giving. Oh, you're not rich like these other people. When people say give, they're not talking to you. No, the shaitan tells you you're poor. You don't have to give. Allah is promising you forgiveness and fadl, bounty, even if you're what? Even if your circumstances are not like the wealthy people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, they give what? When things are difficult and adversity. They give what they can. Also, don't let the perceived inadequacy of the amount that you're going to give. Oh, look, these people are giving 5,000. This person gave 2,500. This person gave 7,000. I can't compete with that. All I'm going to give is this. Don't let that deter you from giving even the smallest amount that you give. Whatever you can afford can pay big dividends. It's going to make a big difference for us in this world and for you in the hereafter. The Prophet said, protect yourself from the fire, even with what? With a piece of a date. A piece of a date can make an impact. So what can your 1,500, your 1,000, your 1,200, what can that do? It can make a huge dent and pay big dividends for us in the hereafter. And so we talked about the rich man who spends a lot. What about the not so rich person? What can they do? I want to tell you a story. The Prophet ﷺ, one year in Al-Madinah, there was a year of hardship. Perhaps because of drought, perhaps because of other extenuating circumstances. There just wasn't a lot of food. There just wasn't a lot of resources. It was a difficult time for a lot of people. Kind of like today, it's a difficult time for a lot of people. And the Prophet ﷺ, seeing this, he called like a general body meeting. He called all the Muslims together and he preached to them. And he told them, he said, whoever can give sadaqah, give sadaqah. And he made a date for the donations. Give your sadaqah. If you can give sadaqah, get whatever you can get together, promulgate it, and come tomorrow and give your sadaqah. And there was a man amongst them. His name was Abu Aqil. Abu Aqil. You haven't heard of him. Unlike Uthman ibn Affan, everybody's heard of Uthman. Abu Aqil, probably never heard of him before. Sahabiyun, but you never heard of him before. Abu Aqil. So Abu Aqil, he went home and he didn't have anything, but he really wanted to give. Even though he didn't have anything, he wanted to give. He heard the call of Rasulullah and he wanted to answer the call. The Muslims need help. And I should respond. I shouldn't sit on the sideline. I should be right there with the Muslims donating what I can. But I don't have anything. So he took a job drawing water from the well overnight for a wage. He said, I'm going to work, earn some money, and then give it fi sabilillah. So he spent the whole night drawing water from the well. And then he came the next day, and what he earned was 2 measures of dates. 2 measures of dates. So he came to Rasulullah and he said, Ya Rasulullah, inni bittu ajurru jarira fa asabtu sa'ini min tamrin. He said, O Messenger of Allah, I spent the whole night drawing water from the well. And from that work, I was able to earn 2 measures of dates. Fasa'an uqriduhu rabbi. So one of these measures, I'm going to give as a loan to my Lord. I'm going to give sadaqah. Even though I only have 2, I'm going to give 1. Wal akhar لِعِيَالِي. And the other one, I'm going to give to my family to eat. Allahu Akbar. Some of the people who were present, some of the hypocrites who were present, when they saw what he brought, they burst into laughter. They criticized the man and poked fun of him. The believers didn't do that, but the hypocrites did it. They said things like, people who owned camels brought their camels. People who had silver brought their silver. And this man brings some dates. Allah is certainly in no need of his dates. They laughed at the man, Abu Aqil. He was laughing at those hypocrites. He accepted Abu Aqil's charity with his right hand and multiplied his reward, so much so that when the Prophet was asked, Ya Rasulullah, Ayu sadaqatin afdal, what is the best form of charity? He said, Qala juhdul muqil. He said, what is within the means of the one who has the best type of sadaqah. Brothers and sisters, this is our chance to be Abu Aqil. Where are the Abu Aqils? Where are the Abu Aqils? Is there any brother or sister or couple that will give $1,500 to the masjid? $1,500 fi sabilillah. Where are the Abu Aqils? $1,500 is $150 a month for 10 months. Where are the Abu Aqils? Where are the ones who will give what they can? Fi sabilillah. They might not be able to give the large amounts, but they can give the smaller amounts. We have an anonymous donor, Allahu Akbar, who gave $1,200 to the community. Another one, two anonymous donors who gave $1,200 fi sabilillah. Oh Allah, bless their houses, bless their spouses. Oh Allah, bless their health and bless their wealth. Oh Allah, grant them Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la. Give them the highest level of paradise. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, take their charity and nurture it and make it tremendously rewardable and heavy on the scales on the day of judgment, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Who will give 1K? Who will give $1,000 fi sabilillah for the masjid? $1,000 fi sabilillah. Where are the Abu Aqils? Allahu Akbar. Maria Khan, Allahu Akbar, has agreed to give $1,000 fi sabilillah. Our sisters, may Allah reward her. May Allah bless her. May Allah increase her in this world and in the next. Oh Allah, give her greater than what she gave in paradise. Oh Allah, multiply her reward. Oh Allah, make her from those who no harm will come to them after this day because of what they gave under the sins and pardon her shortcomings, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Who else? Who will be from the Abu Aqils? Who will be from the Abu Aqils? Who will give another $1,000 fi sabilillah? Who will give another $1,000 fi sabilillah? Who will give another $1,000? Abu Aqil, $100 a month for 10 months. You can do it, brothers and sisters. You can do it. We can do this. We can do this. Fi sabilillah. $100 a month fi sabilillah for 10 months. You can do this. Who will be the Abu Aqil? Who will be the Abu Aqil who will work and give from what they can? Give from what they're able to make from their work. Who will be an Abu Aqil and give $500 for the masjid? Again, brothers and sisters, it's a pledge. You don't have to give it tonight. But you make the pledge, you make the commitment, and the masjid knows that they can count on you. $500 is $50 a month for 10 months. Who will give it fi sabilillah? Who will be an Abu Aqil? Who will be the one who the Prophet said that the best charity is the one who gives from what he can from his means, even though he doesn't have very much? $500, brothers and sisters. Who will give $500? Brothers and sisters, who will give $500 fi sabilillah? Who will give $500 fi sabilillah and be from the Abu Aqils? Be from the unsung heroes. Still a hero, just like Uthman, a hero, but from the unsung heroes. You might not be the one who people shout your name from the rooftops, but you're a hero nonetheless. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not decrease, will not put your reward to waste. $500 fi sabilillah, ya ikhwan. Ya akhawat, brothers and sisters, $500 fi sabilillah. Who will give it? Who will be an Abu Aqil? $250, brothers and sisters. $250, $25 a month for 10 months. We can do this. We can do this, brothers and sisters. $250 a month for 10 months. I'm sorry, $25 a month for 10 months, $250. Be an Abu Aqil. Be an unsung hero, but be a hero nonetheless. Who will do it, fi sabilillah, brothers and sisters? Who will do it? Who will do it? Who will do it, fi sabilillah? I'm not sure what the total is at this point, but I don't think we're there yet, brothers and sisters. And we need your help. Your help. You might be, your help, your assistance might be the one thing that pushes us over the top. Don't underestimate your sadaqah. Don't underestimate your charity. Don't underestimate yourself. We're at 24,250. It's not bad, but we're not where we need to be. We're about a third of the way, maybe a little more than a third of the way. We need your help, brothers and sisters. We need your support. We need your help. We need your support. Brothers and sisters, please. Who will be an Abu Aqil? $250. We're at $250, brothers and sisters. Who can help? Who can support? Who will help the masjid? Who will help the masjid and in reality, help themselves? Because when we give fi sabilillah, we're not helping Allah. When we give for his masjid, we're helping ourselves. Brothers and sisters, one last call. Who will be an Abu Aqil? $100. $100 donation. $100 donation. Be an Abu Aqil. Be an unsung hero, but a hero nonetheless. $100 is $10 a month for 10 months. We can do this, brothers and sisters. Make the pledge and Allah will fulfill it. Make the pledge and Allah will fulfill it. Make the pledge and Allah will fulfill it. One of the real life stories is that there was a man attending one of these fundraisers, wasn't well off at all, and the imam was encouraging people to give and encouraging people to give and encouraging people to give. And I think he raised his hand by accident to scratch his head or something. And they said this much. Oh, this guy agrees to pay this much. He was embarrassed. He didn't want to say, no, I didn't. So he accepted. He went home and he told his wife, what he had done, I'm sorry. And she said, don't worry. If you made the commitment, Allah will make sure you get paid. And sure enough, the next day in the mail, he received a check from the IRS saying, we made a mistake on your tax return, and we really should have paid out this much in your tax return. We were short by this much, and here's a check for the remainder. And it was that amount. Make the pledge, brothers and sisters, and Allah will fulfill it. Make the pledge, and Allah will fulfill it, brothers and sisters. I think we have to close because we're getting close to the end time of 7 p.m., unfortunately. I just want to thank you again for coming. And again, I realize, and your Lord, more importantly, realizes that you didn't have to be here. You were here because you wanted to be here. You care about the masjid. And you have done your part. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you tremendously, immensely for that. But there's another piece that we talked about earlier that we still have to do. And that is that we have to reach out to those people in our circle, those people we know, whether they're here in Central Virginia or outside. Reach out to them and tell them what the situation is. Tell them that we need their help and support and encourage them to give as well. Our job is half done now. The other half is reaching out to the people we know and trying to get additional funds from them to make sure that we reach our goal of $70,000. Thank you so much for being here tonight with us, taking the time out to be a part of this and giving what you could. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May Allah bless your houses, bless your spouses, bless your children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make your sa'a fi sabilihi maqboolan. May Allah accept what you have done tonight. And may He make your israf fi amrik. May He make all of our mistakes and shortcomings, our mistakes and shortcomings maghfuran. May He forgive us for all the mistakes and shortcomings that we have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May He reward you. May He make you from those who will not see harm after this day for being with us and giving what you could. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبي محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.